Niki Wesley has joined me from Metroland. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Jess.
Bundling up, braving the cold.
Yes, I almost got blown over in your parking lot.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, because you have great stories here to share with everyone. Niki is from Metroland, and she has stories from all the papers across the region today, and you're going to tell us a little bit about what to expect in each one.
Absolutely. So in the Burlington Post today, you can find a story by Roland Cilliers, and he's just speaking. He's been covering council, and they're looking at pool rental and soccer pitch rental around Burlington. So currently, people are finding it difficult to actually get a time because they're so booked up with, you know, soccer leagues and previous classes and all of that sort of thing. So Mayor Marianne Mead Ward and Councillor are looking at a way, like a few policies to make it more accessible for everybody, for all of the community, because as we know, they are community locations.
Yes, so if you want to book a birthday party, you don't have to do so
at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Okay, great.
And then moving over to the Oakville Beaver, I actually recently got to cover a really neat history fair at W.H. Morden Elementary School, and these kids had some absolutely fantastic projects. You see on the right-hand side, these young men did the history of basketball, which, as we know, is a Canadian-invented game. But I didn't know that originally there was actually a fence around the basketball court, because in the very first days of the game, it got so violent as the ball went out of bounds that they put up this fence so that there would be less violence.
To stop it turning into rugby.
Yes, that's right. So essentially they made it a cage match, but as we know, we've taken down the fence. But another really cool one was a young lady did sort of like a choose your own adventure. You got to step in as a prime minister, a historical prime minister, and she sort of showed how, you know, it didn't really matter which decision you made, somebody was going to be upset with you. So it was really interesting to step into the, you know, the shoes of John A. Macdonald and all that sort of thing. And then finally, up in Milton, we've got a story about a proposed two-story daycare facility, and it's proposed to be at Fourth Line and Dairy, and it's come against some resistance from neighbors who are hoping to keep the neighborhood a little bit quieter. They're concerned that with bringing in, you know, almost 300 kids, that the traffic will increase monumentally, that the two playgrounds that are proposed to go outside, they're fenced, of course, the noise level of that many children playing outside.
Because it's a big facility.
Because it's a really big facility,
Up to 300 kids?
Up to 300 children, yeah. But then on the polar opposite side of that, there's a whole bunch of residents who are, you know, seem quite enthused with
Needing daycare spots.
Because they need daycare, exactly.
Yeah, Milton's growing so fast.
Exactly. As Milton grows, they're definitely going to need more and more spaces for those new families to, you know, take their children.
Yeah, so we'll have to watch, see how that unfolds.
And then finally, in the Milton Champion, we have a really great photo spread by photographer Graham Payne. And you see here, Waldy's Goldie's blacksmith shop. You can actually go and try your hand at blacksmithing, which I think is pretty cool.
That sounds awesome.
So these fine gentlemen here gave it a try, and there's a couple more dates throughout the next couple of months that you can go on a weekend and try your hand at blacksmithing.
Really? So our viewers can go in, schedule a time? Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool. I would be looking that up I will be looking it up after this, getting more information from you.
Oh, good.
If you have any story ideas for Niki, they're very happy to hear your ideas. You can also read all of the articles on InsideHalton.com. They're available on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.